guys, it's Tracy. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a very overdue book haul. So these are going to be books that have been accumulated for probably the last half of 2015 and just the first 2 months of 2016. I tried really hard to remember what I've already shown you guys and what I haven't. So hopefully I've collected all of them. Fingers crossed that my memory is as good as what I think it is. Otherwise we shall get right into it. So what I'm going to show you guys now is just a number of books that I'm pretty sure I bought last year. And first off, we are going to start with Ready Player One by Ernest Cline, which is a much raved about book on BookTube. Everybody knows about this. It is a well-known young adult novel set, I guess, in a futuristic world in a gaming type of, I guess, setting. Clearly Ready Player One says it all. I am pretty sure there is a movie in the works as well, which is why I got this, so I can actually read it and see how I go. Then I bought The Treatment by Suzanne Young, which is the second book in the sort of the program series. I'm not too sure if it's linked or not, but my brother really liked the first book. I did enjoy it as well, so I hope to actually read this and then see how we go from there. And then we have End of Days, which is the third book in the Season E series, Penryn and the End of Days, I'm pretty sure. It is a paranormal series based around angels and how the world is about to end. And the human, which her name is Penryn, and then there's an angel by the name... you can tell it's been so long since I've read this. Rafay end up falling in love, and then it's sort of the story about what happens and how they go about saving the world. And I loved the first two books. I thought the action was amazing, the relationship development was great. So I'm super excited to finish it off. Hopefully I remember bits and pieces of the first two books so I don't actually have to go back and read them. Following that is The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness. I have only read a few of his books and I know that he's an amazing writer. I know that it was a very popular featured book on BookTube last year as well, which is why I got it. I just haven't read it at all. And I have no idea what it's about, so if you want to let me know, then leave a comment down below. Because I actually haven't read up on it, I just bought it, that's all. It's pretty cool though, because you've got the blue paging lining there, and inside the cover you also have, I think it's moose and deers, I think, or other reindeers and deers, I'm not 100% sure, but they're just all lined up in the book like that. The book itself is yellow and you've got the imprint of the title there, which I think is gorgeous, as well as that being the spine, which you can't see properly. Is this gonna focus? There we go. I also picked up this beautiful copy of Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie, and Peter Pan is one of my favorite classics to read. I had a copy already, but it wasn't nice or anything like that, and I really wanted to get one that, you know, it looked good on my bookshelf. So this is a gorgeous cover. You can see the ship there, and then you've got the wreath around there, and then the amazing typography in there. There is the backing as well, so it says all children except one grow up, do you believe? And obviously that's talking about Peter Pan, so I think it's gorgeous. That's the spine for that there. Hopefully it focuses. Okay, it didn't focus for me, which is great. The pages itself are jagged edges, which I think is a great, nice detailing. I'm just going to keep raving about this if I don't put it down. So that's Peter Pan. And then we also have Jasper Joan by Craig Silvey, which is an adult novel, I guess, about Jasper Joan. And my brother's about to study it in school, so I have to lend it to him to read first. But I hope he likes it and then brings it back to me in good condition so I can actually read it. Next up we have Libba Bray's Lair of Dreams, which is the second book in the Diviner series, and I have read this and I have done a review for it, and if you have read my January wrap-up you would have seen it featured in there as well, so I'll leave a link to it down below. I thought it was good, it wasn't great, but yeah. Moving on, and I've also got another two adult books, the first one being Kate Morton's The Lake House, and I love Kate Morton. She's one of my favourite authors, and I love the fact that she's Australian. She always writes sort of like historical fiction mixed with mystery, mixed with romance, all of that jazz. I haven't really taken to this one just yet though. I found that it was sort of slow to start off with and I wasn't really 100% interested, but I do hope to get back into it because Kate Morton's writing is very intriguing and does make for a fast pace, so when you're reading it you don't feel very bored. So hopefully I can finish this soon. And then we have the sequel to Shantaram by Gregory David Roberts, and this is The Mountain Shadow. So I have done a full review for Shantaram. If you want to check it out, I'll leave a link to it down below as well. But it is a massive book, much like the first one. It is going to take forever for me to push through, but I think if I do chunks of it like every day, I'll get to it. Gregory David Roberts writes in a really fascinating way that's sort of like really hypnotizing. It's flowery, I do get that, but I don't think it's sickening or I guess boring anyway. I have ruined the cover a bit because I left a ball on it. Inside of the cover you've got the map to the world, which I'm guessing is sort of like Bombay, India / Middle East. We're getting there, guys, we're getting there. Next up are a couple of books that I actually got for my birthday, and I'm super excited to show you guys this. I will probably show you guys the first 2 books that I got for myself when I went away on a little trip with my friends. So the first one being Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins, which I know is the second book or the third book in the series, but I got it anyways because it was a bargain. I haven't read it yet though, but I will get my hands on Anne and the French Kiss soon just to read that. I also picked up Jeffrey Eugenides' The Virgin Suicides, and I think this is quite a strange novel because it is about 5 sisters who end up having their life changed one night after they go out together. So I'm really intrigued to see how this plays out. I've heard good things about this actually, so I am kind of excited. My friends ended up giving me 5 books this year, and 5 of those books are actually books that I really wanted to read. Hint hint, nudge nudge. The first one being The Wrath of the Dawn by Renee Adair. I always struggle with this one. It is a retelling of the Arabian Nights, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I have done a review for this. It went up live last night. And it was also something that I read in January. I do think that the cover is gorgeous, but we've gone through this, I'm pretty sure. So that was a book that they gave to me. I also received a copy of The Wicked Will Rise by Dorothy Page, and this is the second book in Dorothy Must Die series. I know that there's a lot of controversy around this author as well as the series. I did really enjoy the first book though, which is why I wanted to read the second one. I'm not 100% sure, I guess, what's been happening in terms of the issues with, I know a lot of people have boycotted it and for, you know, their reasons obviously, but I still want to see how the series goes and what happens from there. Inside you have the imprint there just on the black, and the witch is in green, as well as the spine being in green. Yeah. So I've got that as well. And then I also received 2 graphic novels. The first one being Alex and Ada, Volume 1 by Jonathan Luna and Sarah Vaughan. And I have read this. I have done a sort of talk about it in my January wrap-up. So if you want to know about that, then just check it out. I thought it was a good read. I do want to sort of continue this series because I think it is very sort of intriguing. It is set in a scientific world where you can actually get robots to become your friends, your partners, things like, you know, Alex sort of discovers a bit more on Ada and how she's not really just a robot. So yeah. And then the much anticipated Nimona by Noelle Stevenson. That's what the front looks like there. And they're set up just to show the world that heroes aren't actually heroes, that they're not as heroic as everybody thinks. But the graphic novel to it, I like the drawings and illustrations. I think are gorgeous, like the coloring, all that stuff. So I really hope to get to it soon. I know I'll probably finish this in a sitting, just because it is an easy read, but it's super exciting. And my favorite book that I got by far last year would have to be dun, 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 the Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the illustrated version by J.K. Rowling. This is absolutely gorgeous. Like, I just love it so much. Oh my god. I think it's amazing. Look at the front cover, and that's the backing of it there. I hope you guys can see that. And then inside you've got drawings of Hogwarts just there. So the hardcover stuff is just red. There's nothing there. And then you've got the spine with Harry Potter in blue. So that's what it sort of looks like. And the backing of it is Hogwarts again, illustrated there, which I think is gorgeous. I'll show you guys a few of the pictures. I actually haven't gone through this yet because I want to savor the moment, but this is pretty much the image that's on the front cover. So that's the Hogwarts Express, and then you've got all the owls, which I think is amazing. Whoever illustrated it, Jim Kay illustrated this, and I think he's done a crazy job. And you've got Hermione here. Pretty sure that's Hermione, who I think looks cool as well as Harry being sorted in the sorting hat there. So that's what the sorting hat looks like, and they're sort of, you know, similar to the characters in the movie, but really aren't. I just think it's a great addition to what I have so far with all my Harry Potter stuff. So this is an amazing book, and I love it so much. So thank you, friends, thank you. And I'm pretty sure that the next two books are the last two books that I got for last year. The first one being Dreams of Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor. This is the third and final book in the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy, which I love. The entire series is amazing. I have not done a series review yet, so keep an eye out for that. But this was just simply gorgeous, and the ending was heartbreaking at the same time, but also very, you know, satisfying and hopeful. So I just love this series. And then I also have the final book in the Slated series. So this is Shattered by Terry Terry, which I didn't think was a great ending to the series. I didn't think it was a great book to read. It was good, it was enjoyable, but it wasn't amazing. Definitely wasn't as good as Dreams of Gods and Monsters. But I have done a full series review for this, so check it out, guys. So we're on to our last leg, and these are the books that I actually bought this year, so the first 2 months of 2016, yes. The first one being Finding Audrey by Sophie Kinsella, and this is a book that I thought was a cute, very light read, but didn't particularly enjoy in terms of, I guess, the meaning that came across and how well the characters were portrayed, and the execution of what the plot was like to be. I mean, I love that she drew on, you know, relatable issues that happens in teen, or like in high school or like teenage life, but the execution of it wasn't amazing, or wasn't that great. I have yet to do a review for it, but keep an eye out for that, otherwise you would have seen me talk about it in my January wrap up as well. And I picked up 2 books that have been made into movies for the past year. I think the first one being The Dressmaker by Rosalie Ham, which is something I've already read. I did have a copy because I studied it in high school, but I had to pick up a new one because I don't know where my old one is. So this is actually the movie edition version, so you've got Kate Winslet there, and at the back you have the lovely, oh my god, I forgot his name, Liam Hemsworth. Oh my, how did I forget his name? He's Australian as well. This is an amazing adult novel. It is very strange, very egocentric, a little dark as well, but it is a gothic sort of novel. I really want to see the movie. I haven't seen it yet, but I bought it because I know I want to reread it before I watch the movie. The other book that I got was Me, Earl and the Dying Girl, which I have left in my car, and I really can't be bothered getting it, but I want to read it because I know a lot of people do enjoy it, and the movie came out, and apparently there's been some sort of conflict between the movie and the book, so I want to check that out as well. And then I picked up this gorgeous copy of Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll, and I was hunting for a really nice copy of Alice in Wonderland because it is one of my other favorite classics. I love the movies, both the, I think my favorite one is probably the Tim Burton version, but I do like the older one as well as the Disney version. And then I wanted to pick up a copy to read for myself, so I ended up getting the 150th anniversary edition. I love it because it's so different. You can see the Cheshire Cat there with his 3 eyes, which is a very different interpretation to what I've already seen, and then just the scenery in the backdrop there. And then at the back you have Alice. Also got jagged edges like the Peter Pan version. Inside you've got like minor illustrations, so like the Mad Hatter, things like that. But I am so excited to read this. Whoop. And then lastly I ended up getting Harper Lee's Ghost Setter Watchman, which was one of the most anticipated books of last year. So if you don't know Harper Lee, or if you haven't read the story, it's she wrote To Kill a Mockingbird, which was a famous classic, or a famous novel centering around the court trial of a black man, or an African-American man, who pretty much was given a really injustice service, and the people in the town obviously became really racist, but Scout, dad, his name is Atticus Finch, was the lawyer to Tom, who is the man accused. And then this is sort of Scout older, and I'm interested to see, I guess, how she's grown up, really what's happened, things like that. Actually a book that I'm reading with my group of friends. We've made a sort of mini book club together, so hopefully we get to finish it by the end of this month, and then we can get together and discuss it. And that is everything for the book haul that I have for this month. I hope you guys enjoyed them. If you have read any of these, let me know what you thought about it down below, because I really want to know which one to get to first, things like that. And if you have any suggestions on what to buy, do let me know as well. Otherwise I hope you guys have a great day, and I shall see you guys soon. Bye!